We're going to talk now about training our dogs some basic stationary exercises. And we want to train a sit, a down, and a stand. You might wonder, you're going to think, oh, well, why would I need a stand? But by training the 3 exercises, there's tons of things we're accomplishing. One is we're actually doing some puppy Pilates, so we're improving our dog's core strength by moving them into the different positions. We're teaching them to follow our hand. It's super simple, and then you can easily put the names of the exercise of the positions on a verbal cue. Super simple. So this is how it starts. You're going to have your food, and you're going to lure your dog into all 3 positions. So when the nose goes up, the butt goes down, and that'll get me my sit. To get a stand, I'm going to take my food and I'm going to move backwards. Again, keeping the food right at the dog's nose. Here's my sit, and then down into a down. Now for some dogs, the down is a little bit harder to get. Especially dogs with short coats, they often don't want to lie down on the ground. And if you think about it, if it's a cold surface, why would you want to put your chest on that cold surface? Sometimes it's not very comfortable. So there's a couple of different things we can do. One, we can make sure that we have the dog starting these exercises on a carpet. I like to use a larger piece of food because I want to really use the food as a lure. So here's my sit, and I can come into a down by holding my food as a little between my fingers in what I call a keyhole, like this, if your dog's having a hard time lying down. And then I'm going to move the bridge of my hand onto the bridge of his nose. So as he puts his nose into the keyhole of my hand, it's going to be a little bit harder for him to stay sitting up. Another trick for teaching the down: if your dog starts to lie down and leaves their rear end up like this, you can just wait them out until they flatten into a down. Up to a stand. Boy, to a sit. What are you doing? He says, I missed something here. Good boy. Up to a stand. Down to a down. And by moving your dog into these positions, you'll start to set them up to have a good stand for exam, which is super excellent for going into the clinic when the veterinarian has to look at your dog. So you're going to get your stand coming along, and then feed them in position. Okay? And what we can add to that is a collar grab, getting your dog used to having their collar being handled. So a lot of dogs learn that when somebody goes to grab their collar, negative things happen. Again, we want to explicitly teach them that good things happen. We touch the collar first and feed the dog, and start to get to the point where we could reef on the collar, and the dog's just coming into our hand because they know good things are going to happen. And then, heaven forbid, if you were in a situation where you did have to grab your dog's collar, your dog would have learned, oh, that's no big deal. So that's an excellent emergency procedure to have. It's also very helpful when you go to the clinic and somebody has to examine your dog. If you're holding onto the collar, or a technician is holding onto the collar, that your dog knows that that's no big deal. So these are just really nice little simple exercises we can do to make life easier for our dogs, so that they'll enjoy their experiences in different situations more.